When you're alone in a house you thought was safe, when a party becomes the perfect excuse for someone to sneak in, or when the darkness outside your dorm seems to hide more than what your eyes can see. We like to believe scary things only happen in movies, but the three stories you're about to hear are real, and those who lived them have never forgotten that night. If you're brave enough to stay until the end, you might not forget it either. Story 1. The Shadow Behind the Glass. It happened on what should have been a perfect summer night. I was 17, living with my parents in the same house I grew up in. That summer, for the first time ever, they decided to leave for a few days, something they'd never done before. They'd always been present, never left the house unoccupied. So when the rare opportunity came, I invited MJ, my girlfriend at the time, for a weekend sleepover. MJ was playful and bold, a mix that I both loved and sometimes worried about. When she saw the pool shimmering under the night sky, she smirked and whispered, "Skinny dip?" I hesitated. Neighbors could see, but MJ had a way of turning anything into an irresistible adventure. We ended up in the pool, warm water under the stars. It was nearly perfect, peaceful, private, seemingly endless. From the pool, I looked up at the familiar house. The large living room window was brightly lit, reflecting everything like a dollhouse. It felt safe, like we still belonged to that space. Until I saw it. A shadow, faint but moving, undeniably human. It walked along the far wall and disappeared behind a door frame. I froze. My heart pounded. I didn't scream. I just whispered to MJ that we needed to get out of the water. She didn't ask why. She just followed. Proof she sensed it too. I led MJ to the shed by the pool, told her to stay inside, lock the door, and turn off the lights. She nodded, her playful expression now completely gone. I picked up a kitchen knife and stepped into the house. Every step echoed louder than I wanted it to. No sounds, no voices, nothing. But small signs began to emerge. A dining chair slightly out of place, a picture frame tilted, a coffee mug I hadn't used all day sitting on the counter. A burglar wouldn't bother with these. I checked every room, windows locked, doors untouched, no signs of forced entry, no intruder. Police came, they searched, found nothing. And I thought it was over. Until 4 a.m. The wooden ceiling creaked, slow, deliberate steps, above me. I thought I was dreaming. Until the footsteps descended the stairs, clear, rhythmic, chilling. I grabbed the knife from beside my bed and ran out. The front door, wide open. He was gone. No prints, no damage, nothing missing. Except, the next morning, I found every kitchen knife gone. They weren't stolen for value. They were taken as a message. Story 2. The Man Behind the Mask. Sometimes, the scariest thing isn't footsteps behind you. It's the way someone stares at you, from way too close. It happened during Holly Bash, a spring party event at Rowan University. I was a sophomore, partied late, danced, drank, then left my friend's dorm after 2 a.m. Rowan's campus is surrounded by quiet neighborhoods, so I didn't think twice about walking back to Chestnut Hall alone. That was a mistake. Unbeknownst to me, earlier that night, at least a dozen masked people had been spotted riding bikes around the dorms, knocking on doors, then vanishing. When I entered Chestnut Hall, it seemed empty. But as I walked past the common area, I saw him. A man sitting in darkness, wearing a black ski mask, completely still. No phone, no movement. Just shadows dancing across the void where his face should be. I froze. Then, suddenly, he stood up. Fast, too fast, like a thing that wasn't asleep, just waiting. I sprinted into the nearest bathroom, locked the door, heart pounding, palms sweating. A few minutes passed. I peeked out. He was back in the same spot, same mask, but this time, he was looking straight at me. Next to him, a bike. Behind him, the exit, blocked by a chair, placed just so, to trap me. I slowly reached for my keychain pepper spray, didn't raise it, just let him see it. He didn't move, didn't react, just sat, feeding off my fear. I slipped out, quiet, avoided eye contact, and ran. But just as I exhaled in relief, I heard bicycle wheels behind me, 3 others, also masked, riding circles around me. They didn't touch me, just whispered creepy things. "Where you going, girl?" "Pretty late out here, huh?" One of them raised what looked like a gun. Real or fake, I had no way to know. I didn't respond, just kept walking toward Main Street, toward lights, traffic, safety. When my friend arrived to meet me, they were gone. I didn't report it, no injuries, but I never truly felt safe again. Story 3. The uninvited guest at the party. A big house, a crowded party, seems like the safest place in the world, but sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't hiding in the dark, it's standing right there in the middle of everyone. It happened 2 summers ago when I was dating Amanda, a clever, bold girl with a wild streak. She planned a summer send-off party at her parents' suburban mansion. Huge lawn, 3 floors, high ceilings, and most importantly, no parents around. Perfect for a party and for things that sneak in unnoticed. The house quickly filled with people, friends, friends of friends, total strangers. And then Pete showed up, Amanda's former camp counselor. The guy was bad news. Tall, cocky, intense. He couldn't stop flirting with her, right in front of me. Instead of picking a fight, I pretended to be friendly, offered him drink after drink. Eventually, he passed out on a basement couch. But something felt off. I stepped outside, leaned against Amanda's car, and looked up at the stars. That's when I saw him. A man standing alone on the edge of the lawn under the street lamp. He didn't move, didn't speak, just watched. I walked over, tipsy but alert. "You looking for someone?" I asked. He replied, deadpan, "Are Amanda's parents home?" He said their full names. Only someone close would know that. I lied, told him they were upstairs. He nodded and disappeared into the dark. I hoped that was the end of it. But then the doorbell rang. A drunk girl named Bella answered. She remembered only this. A guy said he was a family friend, came to return something, and she let him in. I ran upstairs. Amanda's parents' bedroom had been ransacked. Jewelry box, empty. As I turned to leave, I saw a shadow move in the mirror. Before I could react, he tackled me, slammed me to the floor, grabbing my shirt, eyes wide with rage. I fought back, and in one desperate surge of adrenaline, I kicked him off. He bolted, out the open window, onto the roof, and vanished. 3 stories, 3 horrifying encounters, 3 near misses with something far worse. You can call it coincidence. You can say they imagined it. But if you've ever heard footsteps when no one's there, or seen something out of the corner of your eye when you were alone, then you'll understand. Thanks for listening. Like, share, and subscribe if you still have the nerve for the next scary story. Because next time, it might just be your story.